27th, 2020. Please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Carol, please make a note in the minutes that we had an executive session on a legal matter prior to this meeting. Please all be aware that this meeting is being recorded. So we have our normal agenda up here, but before the meeting, Craig and I spoke, and we're both getting a lot of questions about the change of the trash haulers. And there seems to be some confusion as to what's going on. So in order to try to clarify that, we're going to insert this item in the agenda so everybody can understand exactly what's going on. So most people don't realize that our trash collecting is done by contractors. We have a new contractor, Republic, and they replaced Waste Management. So the question I've gotten many times is, why have we replaced Waste Management? And the answer to that's pretty simple. The contract is up. We are required legally, when a contract is up, to put a bid out. There was a bid. Republic was the low bidder, and we are obligated to take the low bidder unless there's some performance issue that we become aware of. And that's not the case in here. So the reason we've changed haulers is because Waste Management wasn't the lower bid and Republic is the lower bid. So now that we've accepted the lower bid, there's also some confusion primarily from Waste Management as to really what's happening to the trash schedule. And the answer to that is the trash schedule that you're currently on is not changing. Whatever you did before, you're going to continue to do. We are going to get two new totes. These totes are supposed to be the same size as the Waste Management totes. In the schedule for pickups of your trash, whatever part of the township you're in, you will continue to have that same schedule. There was some confusion about when Waste Management was going to pick up the Waste Management bins and when we're going to get the new bins. Waste Management put out a message that all the bins for recycling were going to be picked up on Monday. Well, the township has two recycling schedules. One is Monday and one is Thursday. So apparently they didn't understand that the regular schedule is Monday and Thursday, not all Mondays. So some people got their trash bins for recycling picked up on Monday, and many of us, like myself, did not. Now you will get your trash bin for recycling in your regular recycling bin. If you haven't gotten it, you'll get them on Thursday. So in other words, just continue to do whatever you've done before. Continue to put your totes out to the curb. Waste Management will pick them up, and Republic will provide you new bins in the coming days. So there should be little impact. It was just a little confusing as to understanding how Waste Management was going to execute the pickups. But you know, the schedule they put out wasn't correct. So Craig, do you have any comments you'd like to make, or anything you could help to make sure that we've covered everything?
I think you hit most of it. The other thing was, you know, a lot of people are saying that they didn't have the information provided by the township. In the bid specs, the hauler is supposed to send out letters to the new customers for the new contract. Waste Management, again, said that their list is proprietary and would not provide their customer list to the township or to Republic. So we had to start from scratch, and I know many people are saying just, we send out the tax bills and everything else, but we have almost 5,000 properties in the township. However, the trash bid is only for about 2,600 of them due to homeowners associations that are not in the contract, commercial properties that are not in the contract. So we did not feel like that sending out 5,000 letters saying that your trash will be now changed to a different hauler and to leave your trash bins out. We would have had half the township calling us saying that they're not on the trash bid. We did send everything out. Everything was on the website. We had email blast for the past month, every Friday, sending it out with the information. We put it on Facebook and Twitter. And we also added it. It was the last thing that we added to the fall newsletter as well. Subsequently, we've heard that the newsletter has not reached everyone's mailboxes as of yesterday, at least. We reached out to the people that do the newsletter printing and everything. Everything went to the post office on October 9th. So we're not sure if the delay was in all the new ballots that are going out or where everything is located. As far as the newsletters, we have heard that some residents have received the newsletter, but some have not. So we tried to get as much information out on the website, email blast, social media, in the newsletter. But I know some people did not feel that that was adequate. Waste Management had the robocall for the customers, however, again, would not provide that information to us or to Republic. So the new invoices and the new accountants, I should say, with Republic will have the new contact information, and Republic has the ability to do the robocalls moving forward. So that was just some of the other issues that we had. Friday is a catch-up day. If for some reason your recycling or trash receptacle was not picked up on Thursday, please leave them out. And if you haven't received your receptacle from Republic on Thursday or Friday, by Thursday, be patient. Friday, both Waste Management and Republic will be going around the township and either collecting by Waste Management, collecting their receptacles. Republic would be supplying their receptacles. So there is, some challenges with the change of the hauler, but we are working through it. So. Other than that, I know Jamie has been really the voice on the phone for the past month with people. Jamie, did I miss anything, as me or Mark miss anything that you can think of?
No, I don't think so. I think just like you said, the confusion was just questioning why the contract changed and just not knowing that the requirement of the public bidding process. And then just questions, people were just, like you said, confused because some people have recycling on Monday and some people have it on Thursday, and they were unsure about putting their recycling bins out on Monday. And people were confused. Waste Management will complete their normal service this week to everybody. Thursday will be their last day. People weren't sure if they were just supposed to put their toters out and not put any trash in them. So their service will continue this week with Waste Management, and then it'll pick up on Monday with the new provider. So other than that,
And the fall leaf collections are going to be the same date. I mean, Republic did honor everything that Waste Management had in place so far. just so everyone's aware, we had a single hauler since 1998. This will be the 7th contract. The first 6 Waste Management won as a low bidder. So that's some of the confusion too. Some people didn't know we were going out to bids for it used to be every 3 years. We have language in there to extend it for 2 years by mutual agreement between the hauler and the township. And we've been able to exercise that option for the past 2 contracts. So just a lot of confusion out there, and hopefully it wasn't all related to the township.
The only thing you've left out, the most important part, is the price went down. So how much did it go down by?
Well, at one point, we were paying $36.78. The contract from 2007 to 2010, the township was paying $36.78 a month. And Republic Service for the first year is $28.19. The second year is $29.18, and the third year is $30.20. So we did pretty good.
We did well. So the price of our trash has actually gone down over the last several years comparing to the prior contract 5 years ago. So we're in good shape relative to the overall expenses. And of course, the service should stay the same, the pickup should stay the same, the price should drop,
Right.
Or will drop.
I mean, overall, throughout the whole township for the 3-year contract, it's a $344,394 savings. So.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Are there any questions from anybody in the audience? Any member of the public have any questions around the trash?
I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for getting the price down.
Thank you.
Well, I hope no one sees any difference in the level of service, but we'll be on them.
We're watching.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to pick up with the agenda as it was originally published. First item on the agenda is the receipt of the minutes for October the 13th. Have the other members of the board had an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, can I have a motion to accept the minutes?
So
so
moved.
moved.
I have a second.
Second.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Thank you. Next on the agenda is a proposal for tax record audits from Barbara King Thornton and Company. There are auditors. Craig, could you fill us in?
Yes, we reached out to Barbara Thornton. They usually they've done our audits. We're in a 3-year contract. Who also do the tax collector's audit in January or early in the year. We've reached out to them to see if they would give us a proposal to do an audit on the tax collector's books from January 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2020, as a look back at, Betty Lou Yost resigned and a new tax collector is in place now, and just to keep everything in line, maybe do an audit 3/4 of the way through the year to separate what was collected and what still needs to be collected in 2020.
Okay.
That number is $6,000 for the audit from Barbara King Thornton in Wilmington, Delaware.
Okay. Craig, do you need a motion for us? Or,
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Is there any members of the board have any questions about this? No. Is there any questions from members of the public?
I don't see anything.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion to accept the proposal for an audit from Barbara Thornton and Company for $6,000?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Thank you. Next is a building and zoning section, resolution 2020-20, Sisters of Mercy two-lot subdivision. Ken Amy, I think I saw you here.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Gray. The Sisters of Mercy own a 47-acre parcel at the corner of Sumneytown Pike and Evans Road. And there's the plan. That shows the entire 47 acres. And you can see it houses the existing high school building, several sports fields, and the convent, which is right on the corner of Sumneytown and Evans. The Sisters of Mercy would like to subdivide the property into 2 lots. One would contain the convent building and an accessory building to the convent. There's a barn on the same corner. And then the remainder of the property, which would be approximately 42 acres, would be left with the high school. And our understanding is that it will be given to the high school by the sisters. The application was heard by the zoning hearing board because there were 2 or 3 minor dimensional issues that needed to be resolved by variance at the zoning hearing board. That relief was granted in July, and then the application was submitted to the township for the subdivision. It's been reviewed by the township engineer, by the fire marshal. It's received a recommendation for approval by the Planning Commission and by the Montgomery County Planning Commission. At this point, the resolution is ready for the board's approval. It was prepared by Mr. Stein and circulated to the applicant, who signed it and returned it to us today. So we have their signature on the application as well. I'm not sure if there's anyone here from the Sisters of Mercy. I
Yes.
know I've spoken.
Yes, Mr. Emery, Rich Mulcahy, good evening.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
For the Sisters of Mercy.
Thank you.
Thanks
And
for
as I
coming,
say,
Rich.
Mr. Mulcahy is here if the board has any questions. Otherwise, the resolution has been prepared and executed and ready. It's ready for the board to take action.
Okay. Ken, can you explain to me exactly why it had to go to zoning? I'm a little confused on this. So,
Yes, and it's a little difficult to see on the plan, but directly behind the existing convent on the Sumneytown Pike frontage, there is a parking lot which is shared by the convent and the high school. And in order to allow that parking lot to exist on the property line, they needed relief from the zoning hearing board. There's also a shared driveway that goes out to Evans Road. And for those 2 reasons, and also because of the impervious cover that exists on the convent lot, because of the parking that's used by the high school, there was relief required from impervious cover on that particular lot. The overall impervious cover is well below the requirement. However, on that particular lot that's being created, they needed relief, and they needed relief for the shared driveway and the parking area.
okay. All right. I was just wondering why I had to go there. I understand. And zoning, they have a summer schedule, right? The zoning board?
The zoning hearing board met through the summer.
They did?
They met second Thursday right through the summer.
Okay. Oh, good. All right. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate your input. Does any member of the board have a question on the resolution? Okay. Does any member of the public have a question on the resolution?
Mark Schaefer, any consideration of trail or conservation easements just wondered, there's that long stretch along Evans is kind of a narrow way, but it's used a lot by bicyclists and whatnot. And I just wondered if there was any thought of that. It may not be proper at this point in the juncture. Just occurred to me. That's all.
I can answer that one. Thanks, Mark. The Planning Commission did discuss that issue, and they felt that since there is no development at all being proposed as a result of this subdivision, they felt that discussion would be more appropriate to take place when development takes place on one of these two lots.
Thank you.
So they've asked for a waiver at this point, but with the understanding that waiver would be revisited if there is any future development on either of the two lots.
Thank you very much, Ken.
You're welcome.
Are there any more questions from the public?
Mark, I have a question. So Ken, how unusual is this situation that we're going to vote on in terms of not being compliant with our current zoning or setback requirements, et cetera?
Well, it isn't unusual in the respect that the zoning hearing board exists to settle cases where there are unique conditions on a lot or unique conditions that need to be addressed as a result of subdivision or development of a lot. And the zoning hearing board's charge is to look at those unique conditions and find the fairest way to resolve them so that the applicant can make reasonable use of the property and the township can be assured that the character of the area isn't changed. So it's not unusual at all. Every case is unique, but what's occurred on this as a result of the zoning hearing board case is not unusual.
Thank you for that. That's not exactly what I was asking. I was asking how much out of compliance would the new subdivision be? I guess I'm sort of asking the same thing that Mark did. Why is it that we're having to approve this? And what is the exception, I guess, to our setbacks and zoning and so forth? I'm just not understanding what it is that we're voting on, I guess.
Well, you're voting only on the subdivision itself. All of the issues with setbacks and impervious cover and shared parking areas have all been resolved by the zoning hearing board. That's their role in this process. So the zoning hearing board has resolved all of those issues. And at this point, the only thing the board is being asked to do with this resolution is to approve the subdivision itself.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Ken, can I just latch on to what Tessie and Mark were saying? So the relief that we're providing them is because of the fact that they're not actually building or they're not proposing to build or anything on this subdivision. It's merely that it's being subdivided, and that's what we're approving at this moment.
The reason they were seeking relief is because the improvements were already in place and there are no improvements proposed as a result of this subdivision. What the board of supervisors is being asked to do, though, does not involve that relief. That relief was already granted by the zoning hearing board. The board of supervisors is simply approving
it. Okay. And so in their resolution, it says the board waived strict compliance with those provisions, and they listed them A through F.
Oh, those are, and I apologize, those are waivers. Those are the waivers from the subdivision land development ordinance.
Okay.
So just so we keep the two separate.
Sorry.
Zoning and subdivision land development are two separate things.
Okay.
The waivers that you see A through F are waivers from strict compliance with the subdivision land development ordinance. And that is solely in order to allow the subdivision to occur without any new improvements taking place, any new development taking place on the property.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any more questions? Okay. Can I have a motion to approve resolution 2020-20?
So moved.
Have a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. May I be dismissed from the meeting?
Rich, you certainly may be. We appreciate you coming.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Resolution 2020-21. Tennis Avenue homeowner is requesting a tie-in to the Upper Dublin sewer system. I happen to know this is not all that unusual, but it's sometimes unusual. And I guess, I don't know, is Mr. Hirsch the one to speak to this, Craig?
You
Jim?
can. It's a homeowner or a family on 745 Tennis Avenue. They're looking to hook in, go to public sewer. In order to connect to the Lower Gwinnett sewer system, they need an easement through some neighboring properties that may become difficult to acquire. They can go across the street to Upper Dublin and tie in there with gravity, and it would be an easier connection. Like I said, it's just one lot, one EDU, and they did get this approved back in 2011, but they decided not to tie in back in 2011. Jim, anything more to add?
No, that's accurate. I mean, the entire township is in your sewer planning area. So in order for them to be released from your sewer planning area and be able to connect to Upper Dublin or Bucks County Water and Sewer is the owner of that main, they need the board's approval.
Okay. Does everybody understand what we're doing here? I mean, this is, how many like this do we have, Craig?
Oof. In different areas of the township, some people go to Upper Gwinnett, some people go to Upper Dublin. I don't really know off the top.
Okay. There are several, but it's not every day we get a request to tie into an adjoining municipalities.
No, there's several, and we have several.
Centers, so.
We have several from White Marsh, or from Whitpain, Upper Gwinnett, and Montgomery that come into our system and flow down to Ambler Treatment Plant. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, it all winds up at the Ambler Treatment Plant, no matter
Correct.
what. Yeah, okay.
As this one will too. Yeah.
Yes, it will. Sure. Upper Dublin, this part of it does flow into the Ambler wastewater treatment plant. Are there any questions from any of the supervisors? Okay, any questions from members of the public?
I don't see any.
Okay, can I have a motion to accept resolution 2020-21?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Okay. Next is a recommendation to award a low bid for Welch Road pedestrian bridge installation. This is definitely Jim Hirsch. So can you give us an update?
It is. Thank you, Mark. So as you remember, the board in September authorized Craig to sign a contract with Contech Bridge Solutions. They're the manufacturer of the bridge that will be installed for this project. So they are currently fabricating the bridge. And so we needed to bid the installation of the bridge to have a contractor clear the area, install the ENS controls, essentially erect the bridge, and then pour a reinforced concrete deck on the bridge because the bridge doesn't come with that deck from the manufacturer. So we opened the bids last week. We received 12 bids, so very active in that regard. And after consulting with Craig on this, as far as like the budgets go, The recommendation is to award the bridge installation to CMR Construction in the amount of $93,818.50.
Okay. And are you familiar with this contractor, Jim?
Yeah, I am. Actually, they're the same contractor that did the rehabilitation on the Woodbridge Meadows bridge that we did a
Oh.
couple years ago.
Right, right. That turned out well. All right. And when do you think this will be in place? When will they start site work?
So the bridge is scheduled to be delivered at the end of December. So we're going to coordinate with the contractors so that they are ready when the bridge comes. So end of December. I would say they'll probably be doing some prep work a week or two before that. And the bridge erection itself should only really take about a week, maybe, if
Okay.
that.
Good. Well, I can't wait to walk across that bridge. It's been 7 years coming, or roughly, right? So, okay. Are there any questions of Jim Hirsch or any issues from the supervisors that they'd like to comment on?
I just want to point out that this will not include any path or sidewalk along Welsh Road. The bid for that came to $130,000 or something for a path along Welsh Road. The idea is that perhaps we look at a grant for in the future for this and just put the bridge in now. And there is access along Welsh Road. Once you get over this bridge, it's a flat grassy area that people have used for many years already. And we will look at other options for that path. But I thought $130,000 for a path was a little steep.
Seems a little high, right?
Yeah, the way we structured good point, Craig, and we structured it so the bid so that it would be almost like a price check on the trail cost. I think we can we can evaluate the bids, the line items in the bid, and we can potentially alter the design a little bit to make it cheaper. And if we bid it again, you could include it in either the road program or the concrete sidewalk program that you bid every single year and potentially get better prices, because the contractors that bid on the bridge erection aren't the same contractors that are going to give you a good price on trail construction.
Okay. How long is the trail until it connects up to the J&J facility? How long do we have to make this path?
I think it's about 700 feet.
Wow. Okay. All right. All right. Since there's no more questions concerning the path from or this recommendation to award the bid from the supervisors, are there any questions from members of the public?
I'm not seeing any, Mr. Gray.
Okay. That being said, do I have a motion to award the bid to CMR for $93,815.50?
$818.50.
$818. I was off by $3. Okay.
So moved.
Yeah, you have a second.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Next up is authorization to approve the sale of excess equipment placed on municipal bid. Is Fred here?
Yes.
Fred is our Public Works Director, for those that don't know. Fred, could you fill us in, please?
Yeah, we put the two police cars that you approved for sale on municipal bid. There was a lot of activity, especially on the Chevy Tahoe. And then the high bids, I think I sent in a memo, were 10,100 and the Envoy was 4,100. So I'd like approval to sell those to the high bidders.
Okay. Are there any questions from the supervisors? Okay. Hey, Fred, just quick question. How come there was so much, I mean, $10,000 for that vehicle sounds pretty good. How come there was, what do you attribute the bidding activity to?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought we might get a little more actually for the other car too. But I guess there was just a lot of other equipment listed at the same time. So people had a choice. I did, look around myself to see what everybody else was selling. There was quite a few vehicles for sale at that time.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Are there any questions from members of the public? Okay. Greg, you're not seeing anybody?
Anything? Nope.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve the sale of the excess equipment?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay. Next up are citizens' comments, concerns, questions for anything that it's not on the agenda, anything anybody would like to bring up. Please speak up.
Not seeing or hearing anything.
Okay. Thank you, Craig. Okay, you're up, Craig. Report from the manager.
I have a safe Halloween on Saturday night, turn the clocks back on Saturday night, and vote on Tuesday.
All good advice. All good advice. Okay. Supervisors, would anybody like to comment, starting with Mr. Brandt?
No, very good meeting, and I got a lot of questions answered. No further comments. Second everything that the manager said for the weekend.
Thank you. Kathleen, do you have any comments?
Yeah, my first comment is I really don't want to turn my clocks back. I don't want to give this year one more hour.
Right.
But anyway, so Tuesday's our election. Get out there and vote, of course. God knows what the lines are going to look like at any given point of the day. But I would suggest bringing your readers or your reading glasses, a Sharpie or a pen or whatever it is that they use, a book, a snack, and plenty to drink. It could be a long wait. Just get out there and do it and be safe.
Okay. Thank you. Tessie, do you have any comments?
No, I'd like to the other Board of Supervisor members, I'd like to say that I'm looking forward to looking at our RFP results for our efforts to recruit a communications company. So I'll look forward to that as soon as Jamie and Craig can make arrangements for us to discuss it.
Thank you, Tessie.
Yeah, Tessie, if I may, on that subject, I did take a look at the proposals. I think there were one or two that stood out, but I'll leave it at that.
Okay, thank you. Danielle.
I kind of wanted to echo what Tessie said. Hopefully, as we move forward and changes do occur with the communication consultant, we can better effectively communicate around any changes, whether it's our trash hauler or our tax collector, so that everybody can be on the same page. A lot of residents reached out directly to me to offer their frustration and confusion with what was going on and their unawareness. So hopefully that will kind of ease some of that moving forward. I also wanted to express my condolence to Senator Collette on the passing of her father in a tragic way. And I think that's about it.
Thank you very much, Danielle. I echo your thoughts, especially to the senator. For those that don't know, she is a resident of our township, and it's been a resident for quite some time. Well, everybody get out there and vote. It's very important. You must vote. It's our duty as a citizen. Thank you very much for attending. And everybody have a good night. Meeting adjourned.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Night.
Good night.
Good night.